So what's going on there, everyone? Dracon's coming back to you. I know, it's been a while. But here we go. As you can see, we're going to probably be talking about dragons, as there happens to be a bunch of them on the table, ready to go. So why, you may ask? Well, if you couldn't figure out from the title and the thumbnail, and the description, today I will be going over a little review and an awesome check off on a collection list item I've recently got my hands on during this time away from making videos or working on anything and doing more 3D printing and learning more, as well as making life changes. But today we're going to be talking about dragons. Now, the white dragons there are giveaways that we're going to talk about some white dragon there at some point. So, haha, you didn't figure it out. But in the background, you can see the colossal red dragon and the gargantuan black dragon, two of the famous four giant dragons of the older days of D&D, ones that people always want to get their hands on. And they still sell them on eBay at this day. Sometimes you can find them on Amazon, but you're paying like a really marked up price since they really don't have an MSRP anymore because they're not in production anymore, so they're now like a collectible item. Now, going down like this original, now I did videos on each of those other dragons in the back, so if you do want to check those out on my channel, go for it. Go check those bad boys out. But let's go over the order of what we got them by. First off, I had gotten the gargantuan black dragon. It was the first one of the four in the collection, and I was glad for this. It was a great dragon. It's still an awesome looking black dragon. Has that malevolent sort of feel to him, that kind of looming presence. He looks down upon your party members or whatever, and he's like his whole evil muhaha thing. And to his right, we have the colossal red dragon. That was the second dragon of the four I had gotten. And that one was because I made a deal with a eBay seller as well, and I was grateful he took my first offer. Didn't really want to haggle too much. He just wanted to, make sure it was going to a good home. And I'm like, hey, it's going to be a part of my collection and be a lovely piece on the old shelf until the day I ever decide to pull it down and use it, where it's more for its opposing look and awesome and just pure sculpturally awesomeness. But now that one, as you can see, is the biggest of them all and probably still one of the biggest minis out there. And I know some people have been saying, oh, but what about the new colossal red dragon? Yeah, that one's big, but that's all wing. Like, look at this guy. This guy's all that red dragon there is more like just all body, and he's not even outstretched. Like, none of his limbs are actually out. He's sitting, his tail's curled up, his wings are folded in more, his head is curled down. Imagine that if they actually made that red dragon like standing up. The base would have been even bigger. My goodness, I feel that should be a challenge for WizKids and Wizards of the Coast to try now, see if they can surpass that older boy. Yeah, well, anyway. But moving on, we're going to get to the dragon itself. And here he is, the gargantuan white dragon himself. And man, it is one impressive, intimidating, and powerful looking beast. So I just had to make sure I turn the turntable on there a little bit. And as you can see, he just looks so cool. I like this dragon. Now, like I said, he's not going to definitely take away my love for the other dragons I already have, but he's just such a cool... I like his design. Sculpturally, I like it. There's a couple things going on here that I like. The wings are solid. They don't feel flimsy, but there's just that little bit of wiggle to them to make sure that, if you, dear God, hopefully never do, drop this thing, it should hopefully not break. And I actually like these sort of not super translucent wings, but this separate material look going on here, because it is a separate material, and it's supposed to be a little bit see-through, as you can kind of see through it there. You can see there's a little movement on the side, so it's not perfectly see-through, which I actually like. I didn't want the wings on a white dragon to be perfectly translucent, because that wouldn't make sense. Because I feel if it was trying to say shield itself and try to look more like a giant snowy boulder or something, it would help more if it didn't do that with translucent wings, so its eyes could be seen through or anything like that to give it away. Plus, I mean, honestly, this thing just folds up and curls in the snow. You'd probably make that mistake anyway. Getting off topic. I know, off topic, enough of the creatures, biology. Now this is awesome. I mean, look at the back scaling going on. Look at those lovely giant ridges in the dermal ridges on the back. I love that. The sail on the back of the head, it's so well defined to come perfectly out of that crest. I love the skull, the detail going on with the skull there. As you can see, those lovely indentations into the skull frame to show off the flesh underneath that will be moving, when it's breathing. I love the scales on its head, the indentation for the eye sockets that it shares with the black dragon, where it has that eye socket indentation. The detail, the claws, I love the claw hand detail going on here. Now, I don't think there's any webbing on this dragon's hands, which is sort of a shame because I think a white dragon would probably swim in the waters of the cold, of the, tundras in the Great North as well, but, I mean, it doesn't have to if it doesn't need to, because it can kind of find food anywhere, since they pretty much will eat, I think, anything. Any meat they can quickly freeze and make nice and cold. But I really do love this creature. Now, it has a great presence. Now, I will say, I kind of wish his head was a little bit more straight. The only reason why, I mean, it looks great, don't get me wrong. The only reason I wish his head was a little straighter was only because then you'd get that cool, like, it's staring directly at your player's look, but you could easily, like, tilt this guy and sit on a board. Without it being a round base, it's a little, like, it's got that blocky sort of front, side, back, which is neither bad either, because I guess if you really want to use it for flanking, it's a lot easier when you can tell that's, like, I'm here, flanking that side of the base. Makes it work. I just don't hate the square bases on these guys too. It's like, it's more unique, which is awesome for my minis because it helps set them apart since these are like big collectibles as far as like, also being available for the mini library. If one of my friends is DMing and they need a giant dragon, let me know. I'll bring one of these guys over, obviously very carefully because, I love my collection. It's really awesome. Now, I mean, look at this guy. It's one of those great things. Now, this is back from when I believe Hasbro was making their miniatures. Made of that material, me and my friends have kind of called the term Hasbrodium, where it's just this really strong, flexible, but at the same time strong, rubbery material that just doesn't want to really break easily, which is awesome. And I just gotta say, I'm just sorry. I'm just blown away watching this guy rotate. I'm just like thinking, man, he's such a cool dragon. I will take some quick looks here, close-ups in a second. Let me just grab a hold of him. Now, if you look at its underside detail, it's got some lovely detail going on there. You got lovely chest spike or chest belly scales going up to the neck here with a lovely, like, very, like, actually well-detailed neck. Like, everything on this guy is just so well-detailed, I just can't believe the level of detail they caught with this guy. Sorry, my camera's adjusting again. Took it a while to get there. But I mean, like, look at the facial details. Like, this thing has a lot of detail going on in the face. My buddy actually said, what about those wing ridges there? I actually don't mind them because it makes sense that they would kind of fold up. I mean, you could get some lovely ribature. You got some ribbing going on here for like his rib cage. So I'm guessing this might be a really hungry white gargantuan dragon. But as far as I'm concerned, this is definitely a win on the miniatures part. Like, anyone who wants to get one of these for their collection, I definitely recommend doing so. You won't be going wrong to get one of these guys while you can before the other collectors out there who want them for their collections snatch them up, and then they're never going to be on the market again, since I don't think WizKids is ever going to bring back, or I don't think Wizards of the Coast is going to get these models to ever be brought back into circulation, which just means their collectability will only go up over time. So snag them when you can. And now I only have one more dragon to find, and that is the Gargantuan Blue. Great, the hunt's on again. Ugh. Oh well, one more dragon and I'll have them all. I'll have all the great four. Which I only do find sad, though, one last thing. I do find it kind of sad they never made a giant gargantuan green. And if they have, say so in the comments if I'm wrong and I maybe don't know what I'm talking about. I could be wrong. There could be a gargantuan green out there I've just never seen or never heard of. I mean, if there is, let me know. Then I'll have to add another one to the old list I'm searching for. But yeah, the white gargantuan dragon, an epic monster. I definitely recommend snagging. Easily 2 thumbs up, not even a question, but a great piece. And now I have 3 of the 4. Well, anyway, that's all I've got for you today, guys. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to help support, do all the YouTube algorithm things like leaving comments, all that stuff. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can do that in the comments down below. But if you really also want, you can get a hold of me on my Twitter, where I do shots of any miniatures I've been printing, to painting, to making, converting, whatever. I also have it on my Discord for Dracon's the Dracon's channel on Discord. If you guys want to come join me there, you can also do so. Ask for an invite and I'll send one to you if you really want. If you want to join that Discord, you can share your minis as well, talk about that kind of stuff, talk about any of the table topping things and all that good stuff. Also, guys, do check out our podcast for the Dice and Dummies. We are getting near the end of season 2. And then we'll eventually be getting geared up for season 3. Hopefully by then we'll be live streaming. So there'll be more importance to really actually show up for the live streaming, guys. Like, if you really want to see us at our most insane, as I like to call it, or the most zany, definitely show up for our live streams, because that's going to be the unedited stuff that you will get to see. Because once we find an editor and he starts editing, or finding our new editor and he starts editing things, yeah, you might miss out on some of the funny joke stuff that he might say, no, that's a little too, no. And then he might cut stuff out. Now, that's all I've got for you today, guys. Make sure to tune in next time. Have a great one, and bye-bye, and see you all next time.